Hello everyone, good morning. Good morning everyone. Good morning Deepika. Good morning Mandar. Good morning everyone. Hello Rajesh. Hi everyone. Good morning. Veera Lakshmi. Good morning. Good morning Veera Lakshmi. Ankita. Good morning. Good morning Ankita. Okay. Good morning everyone. Welcome to our class 4 of CMAD Fastrack. Aksha Gagan. Good morning. Good morning Gagan. I remember you. You were also in the live for previous attempts, right? AKAJ. Madam, good morning. Good morning. Yashwant. Yes, madam, can you share that past paper pattern analysis? Yes, past paper pattern analysis is already there in the concept book. But if you haven't purchased the concept book and you want the past paper trend analysis separately, then what you can do, you can join the Telegram channel, which is exclusively for CMAD. And in that Telegram channel, if you go to the files section, CMAD concept book sample has been forwarded. So in that sample book, you can get the index, you can get the weightage analysis, you can get the past trend analysis. So all the three analysis you'll get in that. Yes, yes, Karan, I remember you. Last attempt, I scored 66 marks. Thank you. Congratulations, Karan, for scoring exemption in CMID. Then what are you doing in this class? Are you going to write the examination again, Karan? Okay, so I guess my audio, video is everything clear. So we'll quickly begin our today's class and without wasting, what we are actually going to do. Firstly, where are we and what were we seeing till the last class? We are in section A, cost audit, and we are discussing unit 2, companies cost records and audit rules 2014, right? So Gagan, okay Gagan. We are seeing companies cost records and audit rules 2014. Now in companies cost records and audit rules 2014, we have rules. How many rules do we have? We have 6 rules. In previous class, we have already completed 5 rules. So what we are going to do? In this class, we are going to start with rule number 6 again. We are going to complete rule number 6 and then we are going to revise whatever we have seen from rule 1 to rule 6 and then we are moving on to forms. Okay. So usually our pattern is going to be like when the class begins, we'll do the revision of previous class. But today we are going to complete the rule 6 and then we are going to go for revision. Okay. Ankita, ma'am, from tomorrow your classes will be available on BCCA app. So how can I download that in my laptop? Ankita, what you want to download? You want to download the classes? Classes cannot be downloaded. Download option is not there for the classes. You can just watch it through the app. 1.5 views will be given to you. Just want to see your face. My dear preparing group 3 ma'am. Bye. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. Thank you for joining. Now, okay, we're going to start with rule 6 cost audit. Now, what is rule 6 cost audit? The entire cost auditor process and the entire audit process, what is going to be there, how it is going to start and all. BCC app, Ankita, Already you would have purchased it from the app itself, right? If not, what? The app link will be there in the description box. The below of this video description, there will be app. You can download the app. Directly you can go to the purchases. There you will get the CMAD of whatever course you have purchased. And in that content section, live recordings will be there, and also the recordings which I'm going to upload. And soft copies which are already uploaded will be there. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now, Rule 6, cost audit. How the entire cost audit process is going to be there and how the cost auditor will be appointed for a company. Any company within 180 days from the commencement of financial year shall conduct a board meeting, and in that board meeting they have to appoint a cost auditor through a board's resolution by board of directors. So who will appoint a cost auditor? Board of directors will appoint a cost auditor. When they have to appoint? Within 180 days from the commencement of financial year, where they will appoint? In a board meeting by passing a board's resolution. I hope it is clear. Then, after appointment, what the company has to do? Company has to inform the cost auditor that you have been appointed for our company as a cost auditor. Inform cost auditor about his or her appointment. After giving the appointment letter from the cost auditor, they have to obtain two things. First thing is consent letter and the second thing is certificate. What does it mean by consent letter? Cost auditor will give a letter stating which so and so, me as a cost auditor for so and so company, I am interested to join for your company as a cost auditor for the financial term this and for the scope of work. So just a consent letter will be given in written to the company. And along with that, a certificate has to be obtained from the cost auditor. Now, what will be the contents of the certificate? Details of cost auditor, whether the cost auditor is an individual, firm or limited liability partnership, that he or she is eligible and not disqualified, appointment is within the limits and as per rules, satisfies section 141. In section 141, qualifications, disqualifications, rights, duties related to auditors is given in general. So whoever the individual firm or LLP who are going to be appointed as a cost auditor satisfies all the contents which are there in qualifications, disqualifications, rights, duties, all the sections are complied with, and whatever the matter which is disclosed in the certificate, everything is true and fair. So all these details have to be given in a certificate, and this certificate will be given from whom to whom? Cost auditor will submit this certificate to the company. And now appointment has been done, appointment letter was given, consent letter was obtained, certificate also was obtained. After that, what has to be done? Cost auditor after appointment, intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. Company has to intimate about the cost auditor's appointment to central government. Now, this will be done in which form? It will be done in form CRA2. What did we see in yesterday's class as form CRA1? Form CRA1 is maintenance of cost records. Maintenance of cost records is form CRA1. Now, what is form CRA2? Form CRA2 is intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. Company will file a notice and form CRA2 to the central government. Now, what is the time limit? Within 30 days of board meeting in which the cost auditor has been appointed, or within 180 days from the commencement of financial year, whichever is earlier. Which means whatever is the deadline for appointment of cost auditor, within 180 days from the commencement of financial year, a cost auditor should be appointed, and within that time limit, it should be intimated to the central government as well. So our deadline is 180 days from the commencement of financial year. Before that itself, board meeting has to be conducted, board's resolution should be passed, and cost auditor should be appointed. After appointment, on the date on which the board meeting was conducted, within 30 days from that, the file has to be filed to central government. Now, what is that file? It is form CRA2. And this will be done in electronic mode with prescribed fees. I hope it is clear. Now, intimation is also done. Till when the auditor will stay in the office, till when the auditor will work as a cost auditor? till the expiry of 180 days from the closure of financial year, or till he or she submits the cost audit report. So when they will be appointed within 180 days from the commencement of financial year, they'll get appointed, and after completion of year end, within 180 days, after closure of year, within 180 days from the closure of financial year, they have to submit their cost audit report. So if the cost auditor is being appointed and if they have submitted the cost audit report, which means their duty is completed, till when they have to stay in office and till when they have to submit the cost audit report? Before the end of 180 days from the closure of financial year, from the end of financial year, within 180 days, they have to submit their cost audit report. To whom they will submit? To the board of directors. Cost auditor can be removed from his office before expiry of his term. Now, so far we have seen about the appointment and term of office. Can they be removed from the office? The answer is yes, they can be removed before the work which is being completed. Before the completion of work, they can be removed from the office. Now, what is the appointment procedure? How they will be appointed? Board of directors will appoint in a board meeting by passing a board's resolution. The same thing has to be followed for removal as well. In a board meeting, through a board's resolution, a cost auditor can be removed. But before removal, a reasonable opportunity of being heard should be given to the cost auditor, and board shall record the reasons in writing regarding the removal. What is the reason behind the removal? Reason should be given. A reasonable opportunity of being heard should be given to the cost auditor. In a board meeting, through a board's resolution, a cost auditor can be removed. I hope it is clear. Now, after removal, what will happen? It will lead to a casual vacancy. It will lead to a casual vacancy, not only removal. Now, if removal is there, a cost auditor can resign from his office as well. So, cost auditor can resign as well. If there is a removal, if there is a resignation, if there is a death, if there is an insolvency, if there is any of the disqualification which becomes applicable, any of these cases, what cost auditor will do? Cost auditor will vacate from office. He will stop working from the office, right? Now, whenever the casual vacancy occurs in the organization, that casual vacancy has to be filled up within 30 days. Within 30 days, the casual vacancy has to be filled. Now, what does it mean by filling a casual vacancy? A new auditor has to be appointed. New auditor has to be appointed within 30 days from the date when the office is vacant. For new appointing, what has to be done? Company shall furnish again form CRA2 within 30 days to the central government. So within 30 days, what they have to do? Again, they have to put a board meeting. They have to pass a board's resolution. They have to appoint a new cost auditor. And when the new cost auditor is being appointed, same process. Appointment letter should be given. Consent letter should be obtained. Certificate should be obtained. Now, for example, today the date is March, right? So from the April, it will start. September, maybe they have appointed. Or we will take June. June they have appointed, and September is the month. On September 30th, they want to remove from office. They have removed from office a cost auditor on September 30th, which means within 30 days they have to appoint a new cost auditor. By October 30th, they have to appoint a new cost auditor by following the same process. Within 30 days from this, November 30th, they have to file new form CRA2. New form CRA2 should be filed to the central government again. I hope it is clear. Then, cost auditor also has a right to resign from his office. If he can be removed, he can be resigned from his office as well. Resignation provisions we will see under Unit 3. Unit 3 is cost auditor unit. There we will see clear provisions about removal, resignation, appointment, disqualifications, qualifications, rights, duties of a cost auditor. All this we will cover under Unit 3. I hope it is clear. Now, casual vacancy. What will cause casual vacancy? If he is removed from office, it is casual vacancy. If a cost auditor resigned from office, it is casual vacancy. If a cost auditor's death happened, then it is a casual vacancy. If there is any kind of insolvency or if he becomes lunatic, then it is a casual vacancy. Or if any of the disqualification becomes applicable. Now, what are disqualifications? Will cover under Unit 3. If any of the disqualifications becomes applicable, then the cost auditor has to immediately vacate from office. There isn't any time limit for it. Immediately they have to vacate from office. Then immediate effectively it will turn out to be a casual vacancy. Any of this casual vacancy occurs, then within 30 days, board of directors have to fill that casual vacancy. Nothing but within 30 days, a new cost auditor has to be appointed. I hope it is clear. Then cost auditor shall within 180 days from the closure of financial year has to submit a cost audit report. I have already told you till when they can stay in the office. Only till the closure of 180 days from the only within 180 days from the closure of financial year they can stay in the office, which means that is the deadline for them to work as a cost auditor. Before that itself they have to submit a cost audit report. Within 180 days from the closure of financial year, submit a cost audit report, which is a duly signed report. In which form? In Form CRA 3. So, what is our Form CRA 1? Form CRA 1 is maintenance of cost records. Form CRA 2, intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. Now, Form CRA 3. What is Form CRA 3? Cost auditor submitting his cost audit report. Cost audit report will be submitted by cost auditor to company in Form CRA 3. And along with the cost audit report, reservations, observations, qualifications, suggestions, all will be given. I hope it is clear. Then, cost statements, cost records and other statements to be annexed to the cost audit report shall be reviewed and approved by the board of directors. Now, cost auditor has been appointed for the office for doing the verification of cost records and cost statements. After appointment, board of directors has to submit the cost records and cost statements or give the cost records and cost statements to cost auditor. Before giving whatever the statements which are being given, whatever the records which are being given, or whatever the statements related to the company are being given to the cost auditor for doing the verification, and this records and statements will be annexed to the cost audit report, which means relating to this verification only will be there in the cost audit report. So whatever the statements, records will be there, everything has to be reviewed and approved by the board of directors before going for verification. See, for example, Ankita is a cost auditor who is being appointed for an organization. Now, I have appointed Ankita and I'll tell that, Ankita, tomorrow I'll give you cost records, cost statements and other related information of an entity of which you are going to do the verification. Now, before giving the cost records and cost statements to Ankita, what I have to do? I have to take all the records and statements to board of directors. Board of directors have to see what statements and what records are being submitted to the cost auditor for verification, and they have to approve those statements and records. After that only it will be given to the Ankita for verification. I hope it is clear. Next, after board's approval and before filing it with the central government. Now, what will happen? Cost audit report will be given. Cost audit report will be submitted. Now, after submitting the cost audit report, that cost audit report also has to be given to the board of directors first. Now, Form CRA 3 will be given, right? Form CRA 3 is nothing but the cost audit report which will be submitted to the company. Company nothing but board of directors. Board of directors will take Form CRA 3, they'll do the verification of it and they will approve it. After approving Form CRA 3, cost audit report, What shall be done? It shall be filed to central government. Again, the cost audit report has to be filed to central government. But before filing it with central government, Form CRA3 must be signed by company secretary and at least one director. At least one director and company secretary has to sign the cost audit report. Then, company within 30 days from the receipt of copy of cost audit report shall furnish cost audit report duly signed. Signed by whom? Signed by cost auditor, signed by company secretary and signed by one director. Three of the people has to sign, and after signature that cost audit report has to be furnished in form CRA4. Form CRA4 is company furnishing cost audit report to central government in form CRA4. Company has to upload CRA4 electronically in the Ministry of Corporate Affairs under Rule 6 subsection 6 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. I hope it is clear. So, Rule 6, Sub-Rule 6 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. Form CRA4 will be filed by the company to central government in electronic form, and this cost audit report which is being filed to the central government will be given in XBRL format. XBRL format, which is nothing but extensible business reporting language format. Regarding this XBRL concepts and all, we'll see under Unit 8, Preparation and Filing of Cost Audit Report. I hope it is clear so far. So this is the entire process. If I have to give you a clear-cut idea of it. See, we are going to revise the entire Rule 6. Rule 6. So firstly, what has to be done? There will be a company, and this company within 180 days from the commencement of financial year has to conduct a board meeting. And in that board meeting, board of directors has to pass a board's resolution. And in that board's resolution, they have to appoint a cost auditor. They have to appoint a cost auditor. Now, who is our cost auditor? Hrithik Roshan is our cost auditor. For example, okay, Hrithik Roshan is our cost auditor. Now, after appointment, what company has to give to Hrithik Roshan? Company has to give appointment letter. Company has to give appointment letter. After giving appointment letter, what from Hrithik Roshan they have to obtain? Obtain consent letter. Obtain consent letter and certificate. Certificate has to be obtained. Now, appointment has been done. After appointment, within 30 days of board meeting in which the cost auditor was appointed. Now, this in which the cost auditor was appointed board meeting within 30 days or within 180 days from the commencement of financial year. Whichever is earlier. What shall be done? Company has to file Form CRA2 to whom? To central government in electronic mode with prescribed fees. I hope it is clear. Now, after appointment has been done, what can be done? After appointment has been done, cost auditor will be there, Hrithik Roshan will get cost records, cost statements and other related information of entity. Before giving this to Hrithik Roshan, company has to give it to board of directors. They have to check and approve it before passing it to Hrithik Roshan. After approval, it will be given to Hrithik Roshan for verification. Now, Hrithik Roshan has to do the verification and has to submit the cost audit report. Till when he has to submit the cost audit report? Deadline to submit cost audit report. Cost audit report has to be submitted before 180 days from closure of financial year. So till when he will be there in the office? Till 180 days from the closure of financial year, or if he submits us before itself, whenever he submits the cost audit report, only then he will stay in the office. After that, his work is completed. He'll go out from the office. I hope it is clear. Now this Hrithik Roshan will submit cost audit report to company. In which form? In form CRA 3. What is the time limit? Before 180 days from the closure of financial year. Now, company has received the copy, right? Now, what company has to do? Company has to give it to board of directors. Board of directors have to approve it. Along with approval, it should be signed. It should be signed by whom? One company secretary and one director. One company secretary and one director have to sign the board cost audit report. Then after that, within 30 days from getting report, cost auditor has submitted his report within 30 days. Company has to file it to central government. In which form? In form CRA 4. Now this CRA 4 form has what? Cost audit report in XBRL format, which was signed by cost auditor, company secretary and one director. I hope it is clear. Okay. And this has to be submitted within 30 days in form CRA 4 in XBRL format. I hope it is clear. After submission of cost audit report, what will happen? The entire cost audit process will end. I hope it is clear. Along with this, what we have seen, if can they be removed? The answer is yes. Can they be resigned? The answer is yes. Whatever happens, it turns out to be a casual vacancy. And if there is a casual vacancy, should be filled by board of directors within 30 days. I hope it is clear. So this is the entire timestamps. I hope entire rule 6 cost audit is clear so far. Entire rule 6, is it clear with the timelines? Timelines are also very, very important for you to remember. So if you remember, financial year will start and financial year will end and next financial year will begin. With the commencement of financial year within 180 days, cost auditor has to be appointed, and after appointment within 30 days, it shall be informed to central government in form CRA 2. Then financial year will end. Within 180 days from the closure of financial year, cost audit report has to be submitted in CRA 3. Then within 30 days, it should be given to the central government in form CRA 4. I hope it is clear. Clear so far? Any doubts? Guys, everything clear so far? Any doubts? Everyone who's watching live, is everything clear? Any doubts in rule 6? Rajesh, yes ma'am, clear. What about others? Veeralakshmi, clear. Okay, now we are going to give a quick revision. Now we are going to give a quick revision of what? Of companies, cost records and audit rules 2014. How many rules do we have? We have 6 rules. So if we bifurcate it, what is rule 1? Definitions. Sorry. What is rule 1? Short title and commencement. Just a small minor error. Excuse me for that. Rule 1, short title and commencement. Rule 2, definitions. Rule 3, applicability of past records. Rule 4, applicability of cost audit. Then rule 5, yes, applicability of cost records. Rule 4, applicability of cost audit. Then rule 5, maintenance of cost records. Then rule 6 is cost audit. Rule 4, applicability for cost audit. Yes, absolutely right. And rule 6 is our cost audit. Next, forms. How many forms do we have? We have from form CRA1 to form CRA4. 5 maintenance and 6 cost audit. Yes, absolutely right. Now, form CRA1 is maintenance of cost records. Maintenance of cost records. Then form CRA2, intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. This is form CRA2. Then form CRA3, cost audit report. Then CRA4, filing of cost audit report by company to central government. I hope it is clear. So these are the 4 forms which we have. Clear so far? So if we give a quick revision of whatever we have seen along with the provisions. Now, rule 1, short title and commencement. Now, what is the title? Company's Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014 is the title. What is the commencement date? 30th of June 2014 is the commencement date. Next, what are the definitions which we have seen? We have seen Act. What does it mean by Act? Companies Act 2013. What does it mean by Customs Tariff Act heading? Whatever which is given in the additional notes of first schedule to Customs Tariff Act 1975, it is Customs Tariff Act heading. Who is a cost accountant in practice? Who is a cost accountant as defined under Cost and Work Accountants Act? Who holds a valid certificate of practice? Who is deemed to be in practice? Can be individual, firm, limited liability partnership. Who is a cost auditor? A cost accountant in practice who is appointed by the board of directors will be a cost auditor. What is cost audit report? A duly signed report on cost records and cost statements and other related information of an entity which is examined, and these are prepared as per rules, including attachments, annexures, qualifications, observations. Next, cost records. What are cost records? Books of accounts relating to utilization of material, utilization of labor and other items of cost as applicable to the production of goods or provision of services. Then form. Form means what? Whatever form which is annexed to this rules is called as form. What is Indian Accounting Standards? Indian Accounting Standards according to Indian Accounting Standards Rules 2015. What is Institute? Institute is our institute, Institute of Cost Accountants of India. These are the definitions. Then what is Rule 3? This is applicable based on 148 subsection 1. It can be a domestic company or a foreign company which are into production of goods or providing of services which are given under regulated sectors and non-regulated sectors, and it has overall annual turnover 35 crores or more in the immediate preceding financial year. Include cost records in the books of accounts for specified products and services. They have to go for cost records. I hope it is clear. What are the exclusions? We have two exclusions for it. If a foreign company having only a license office, it is excluded. Companies classified as micro enterprise or small enterprise according to MSMED Act 2006. Then we have seen a regulated sectors table and we have seen non-regulated sectors table. And then moving on to rule 4, applicability of cost audit. It is also applicable for domestic company or a foreign company. Company which is specified in item A or item B, nothing but regulated and non-regulated sectors, must get their cost records audited in accordance with these rules. Firstly, for table A, nothing but regulated sectors. Overall annual turnover of the company from all of its products and services during the immediate preceding financial year should be 50 crores or more. The aggregate turnover of individual products, services, service for which cost records are required to be maintained under Rule 3 shall be 25 crores or more. Then, for table B, non-regulated, overall annual turnover 100 crores or more, aggregate of individual products turnover 35 crores or more. Then, what are the exclusions? We have three exclusions for it. First, a company whose revenue from exports in foreign exchange exceeds 75% of total revenue. If it is operating from special economic zone, which is engaged in generation of electricity for captive consumption through captive generating plant. I hope it is clear. Then we have seen solved cases. Next, Rule 5. Rule 5 is nothing but maintenance of cost records. How maintenance should be done? In Form CRA1, maintenance should be done. From when it should be done? From the financial year of April 1st, 2014. It should be done. Only for the goods which are given under non-regulated sectors from serial number 12 and 24 to 32. It is from April 1st, 2015. I hope it is clear. Then we have seen Rule 6. What is Rule 6? Company specified under Rule 3 and meeting threshold limits has to appoint a cost auditor within 180 days of the financial year's commencement. Then they have to obtain a written consent and a certificate. After appointment letter has to be given. The cost auditor must certify that the individual firm is eligible and not disqualified under relevant laws. Criteria in section 141 is satisfied. Appointment is within legal limits. Any proceedings against the auditor or firm are disclosed and accurate. Whatever which is given in this certificate is true and fair. Then inform the cost auditor of appointment and file notice with the central government in Form CRA2 within 30 days of board meeting or within 180 days of commencement of financial year, whichever is earlier, through electronic form in Form CRA2 along with fees. Then the cost auditor has to serve until 180 days from the financial year end or until the report is submitted. Cost auditor can be removed from office through a board's resolution after giving a reasonable opportunity of being heard. And they have to record the reasons in writing. Cost auditor can also resign from his office. Any casual vacancy within 30 days of occurrence, such vacancy has to be filled up by the board of directors. And after vacancy has been filled, new cost auditor has to be appointed within 30 days. Even if new cost auditor is being appointed, new Form CRA2 has to be filed within 30 days to the central government. Then cost statements, any other statements, before giving it to the cost auditor, board has to approve and sign. And after getting the cost audit report as well, it has to be signed by one company secretary and one of the director. Then cost auditor will submit his report in Form CRA3. It has to be signed by board of directors, and within 180 days from the closure of financial year, he has to submit his cost audit report. Within a period of 30 days from the date of receipt of copy of cost audit report, shall furnish the report with full information, explanation and reservations with the central government in Form CRA4 in extensible business reporting language format, XBRL format. And if any extension of annual general meeting is granted, then filed within the extended period for financial statements. You have in your law, you can remember that annual general meeting if it not has been conducted within the specified time limit due to any of the reasons, then the annual general meeting can be postponed to the same date, to the same day in the next week with the same prescriptions and whatever it is there, it can be postponed. Now, if there is any chance of annual general meeting being postponed, then in that general meeting only they can confirm about this cost audit report, right? So from that date we'll calculate the limit whatever we have. The 30 days limit to be filed to the central government will be calculated from the date when actual annual general meeting or the board meeting was commenced. I hope it is clear. Then provisions for 143 subsection 12 apply to the cost auditors performing functions under section 148. Now, what is given under section 143? 143 talks about majorly fraud which happens in the company. If there is any kind of fraud, then cost auditor has the duty to report fraud. Now, whatever the duty to report fraud by the cost auditor is there, it is given under 143 subsection 12. So far, we have seen 3 sections. In the entire, so far, whenever we have started this fast track classes, we have three sections. Section 148, Section 141, and Section 143. Now, this is about the duty to report fraud by cost auditor. This is qualifications, disqualifications, rights and duties of auditors. And this central government has power to prescribe about the cost records and cost statements. Cost records and cost audit. I hope it is clear. So these are the 3 sections which we have seen. These are the rules which we have covered and 4 forms also. We have seen the names. I hope it is clear so far. So far, whatever we have seen, sections, rules and form names. Is that clear so far? Can we move on to the actual forms? Form CRA1, Form CRA2, Form CRA3 and Form CRA4. Can we move on? Is that clear? Everything whatever we have discussed so far. Is everything clear? I want a quick reply from everyone. Mandar, Bhaskar, Veeralakshmi, Rajesh, Ankita, and whoever is there in the chat. Is everything clear so far? Can we move on to Form CRA1? Ankita, yes, clear? Veeralakshmi, yes, clear. Now, okay. So now we are going to start with CRA forms. Okay. Form CRA1 is nothing but maintenance of cost records. So how cost records should be maintained and what all information should be maintained in the cost records by the company. It is given in Form CRA1. Okay. So the entire cost records maintenance has been specified under 31 headings. What are those 31 headings? We are going to see now. Pursuant to Rule 5 subsection 1, Rule 5 subrule 1 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, the Form CRA1 prescribes the format for maintaining cost records and categorizes the requirement into 31 headings. Now, what are those 31 headings? First is material cost, employee cost, utilities, direct expenses, repairs and maintenance, nothing but any information related to material cost should be given under heading number 1. Any information related to employee cost should be given under heading number 2. So entire form, if you assume 31 headings, it will be there. Under that heading, subheadings will be there. Like if it's material cost, what kind of material cost? Regarding each and every segment of material cost will be there. Whether it is direct, indirect, whether it is imported, whether it is any kind of material. So regarding that, subdivisions will be given. Okay. So material, employee, utilities, direct expenses, repairs and maintenance. fixed assets and depreciation, overheads, administrative overheads, transportation cost, royalty and technical know-how, research and development, quality control, pollution control, service department expenses, packing expenses, finance cost, any other item of cost which is not prescribed under 31 headings, capacity determination, work in progress and finished goods, captive consumption, byproducts and joint products, adjustment of cost variances, a reconciliation of cost and financial accounts, related party transactions, expenses or incentives on exports, production records, sales records, cost statements, statistical records, records of physical verification and unit of measurement. So entirely cost records have been categorized into how many headings? 31 headings. So what should be given under each and every heading? It is given prescribed under form CRA 1. Now, ma'am, do we have to remember everything which is there in the form CRA 1? No, it is not required. But whatever I have given in the concept book, I want everyone to read it. Okay, what is there in this 31 headings? If you just read it, you will be able to understand it. Now, in the entire 31 headings, what headings are important? I'll tell you. There are majorly 2 headings from which the questions are being tested. So far, it has been tested. Now, what are those? We'll see. Heading number 18, capacity determination. And heading number 24, related party transactions. These are the 2 headings from which the questions have been tested in the previous examination. So we'll take the 2 headings and we'll revise it. Now whatever the other headings for which the content is given under concept book, you can give a book reading. If it's not understandable, then you can let me know. We'll discuss that in next class. Okay? Or I'll give you the explanation through WhatsApp or something like that. Okay? Now you have to learn that. You have to read that. I'm not telling to skip it. You have to read that, you have to revise it. It is understandable only. Simple language is only given in the concept book. I hope it is clear. Now, what is given under heading number 18? Capacity determination. How to determine capacity and what kind of information has to be recorded in the heading number 18, capacity determination. First, how to measure a capacity? Capacity can be measured based on how many products made, based on amount of service, based on machine hours or based on man hours. See, for example, if you are there, if for example, we'll take Kavita. Okay, Kavita is there in our class. How to determine the capacity of Kavita? Now, there are many elements to determine a capacity. If I have to calculate the capacity based on her food eating, so in 1 hour, how much she'll be able to eat it. Based on that, I'll determine her capacity. If, for example, we are taking for study purposes, okay, how much she's studying in a day? In the entire day, her capacity is how much? Okay, if we eliminate the 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep time, whatever she has, if we eliminate it, what is the rest hours? And in that rest hours, how much is her capacity? Is it 4 hours studying time, or is it 6 hours studying time, or is it 8 hours studying time? Now, what is her screen time? If you want to check. Now, how much time she will scroll Instagram? How much time she will be there in WhatsApp? So, whatever capacity is there, we can determine capacity based on any number of factors. Similarly, when we are writing the information in cost records, when we are maintaining cost records, capacity can be measured based on these factors. Based on how many products have been produced, based on production, we can determine the capacity. Okay, for this particular financial year, the production is 1,90,000 units. So what is the capacity? 1,90,000 units. In the previous attempt or in the previous financial year, the product's production was 1,80,000 units. So what is the capacity in the previous financial year? 1,80,000 units. So in the current year, we have done more capacity, we have done more production. We have utilized more capacity. So we can do it based on how many products made. Or we can do it based on amount of service. How much amount of service it was provided. Either we take it as a customer service or either we take it as a service which is being provided after sales, whatever the services which are being provided. Based on that also we can calculate the capacity. Or we can calculate it based on machine hours. How many hours a machine is working in a day? In a day, the machine capacity is 10 hours to work. But how much hours it is working? It is working only for 8 hours. So in between there is shutdown time, in between there is shift changes time. So if we eliminate all that, a machine is running only for 8 hours in a day. So what is the capacity? Machine hours capacity is 8 hours in a day. Then man hours. If you are a human being who's working in a production, how many hours you will be able to work? A human being will be able to work for 8 hours in a day. Taking shift changes, taking lunch breaks and all, their capacity is 8 hours. I hope it is clear. So by considering all these factors, we'll be able to measure the capacity. Clear so far? Now, in the capacity itself, there are different categorizations, or we'll call it as a different names. Firstly, what is installed capacity? Installed capacity means theoretical maximum production. Now here we are taking based on production basis capacity. Okay. What does it mean by installed capacity? Theoretical maximum production. For example, if I am not considering any of the interruptions in the production. Now, if production is happening inside the organization, what all interruptions can be there? What all interruptions can be there? There can be a delay in raw materials. There can be a delay in raw materials. There can be a constraint. Bottleneck constraint can be there for any of the machinery. Bottleneck constraint can be there because of it the production can get delayed. Or there can be shutdown times. Electricity shutdown can happen, right? And if there is 24 hours in a day, will 24 hours production happen? The answer is no. There will only happen only for 10 hours or 12 hours or 18 hours a day. Suppose we put it as 16 hours is the entire hours in which the work will happen. In this also, human beings should be there. Whoever the workforce is there, workforce should be there during the production. Now workforce should be there. Now how much hours workforce will be there? Based on that only the production will happen. So we have to compare production with the workforce. Whoever the workers are there, workers need 1 hour lunch break. Workers need 1 hour shift change times. Now all these are nothing but our interruptions. Now we are assuming that there will be no shift changes, there will be no lunch breaks, there will be no breakdowns of machinery, there will be no bottleneck constraint, there will be no delay in raw materials receiving. We are assuming that there will be no interruptions. Entirely 24/7, 365 days the production will happen. We are assuming it entirely, all 365 days. Whatever the capacity is there. For example, the production capacity is 1200 units. I am taking the entire 1200 units manufacturing will happen. I am not considering whatever the interruption is there. I am not considering any of the abnormal conditions. I am considering everything will be normal. If I am calculating the capacity, then it is called installed capacity. Installed capacity. Maximum possible output of production unit under ideal conditions. We are not considering any of the other conditions. Under ideal conditions, the machine will work for 10 hours. Whether it is working for 10 hours or not, we are not considering it. If the machine is working for 10 hours, it will produce 1200 units. So we are taking entire 1200 units, machine will work for 10 hours, manpower will work for 10 hours, entirely 365 days they will work. We are not considering any of the holidays. Even national holiday, we are not considering it. If we are calculating in such a way, then it is installed capacity. Clear so far? Now, what is actual capacity? What is actual capacity? How much work it has been performed. So we have assumed that 365 days the work will happen. But will 365 days the work will happen? The answer is no. In this particular year, only the work has been committed for 350 days. 15 days there was some kind of shutdown days, maintenance days, everything was there. So we are trying to calculate that. So after considering everything, what was actual capacity? How much the production was happened? Actual capacity. What is normal capacity? Normal capacity, think it as estimation, or you can put it as standard, or you can put it as budget, whatever it is. Normal capacity is nothing but realistic output. after considering all the interruptions, after considering holidays, maintenance, and other factors. Lunch breaks of employees, shift changes, back changes, any shutdown maintenance or breakdown maintenance, or any normal maintenance is happening inside the organization, or labor strike has been happened. After considering all the realistic outputs, we are doing the average of the capacity, then we'll get normal capacity. See, for example, after considering all the interruptions, in first year, the production was 1000 units. In second year, the production was 800 units. In third year, it was 900 units. In fourth year, it was 950 units. And in fifth year, it was 1000 units. So what we are doing, this was the actual production which was happened in the past 5 years. Now we are taking all the past 5 years data and we are doing an average for it to decide what will be the budget estimation hours for current financial year. So it is nothing but the realistic output after accounting for holidays, maintenance and other factors. After considering everything, what is the actual production or the actual capacity in the previous years. Based on that, we are doing an average. That will be our normal capacity. I hope it is clear. Then, capacity utilization. What is capacity utilization? What is my installed capacity? From that installed capacity, how much I have actually utilized? Installed capacity of production is 1200 units. But does the production happen for 1200 units? The answer is no. Actual production was only happened for 1000 units. So what is my capacity utilization? 1000 units divided by 1200 units into 100. I hope it is clear. So how much is your capacity to be awake in a day? You will be awake for 12 hours or you will be awake for 16 hours. In entire 16 hours, how much hours you have actually worked? You have only worked for 8 hours. So how much you have utilized the hours? How many hours do you have utilized from whatever you have? You have 16 hours in your hand. You have 16 hours in your hand. But how many hours you utilized? Only 8 hours. So 8 hours divided by 16 hours into 100. You will get the percentage of your capacity utilization. It shows how effectively a plant is using its installed capacity based on actual output. Actual production divided by installed capacity in a percentage. From 100%, how much I have utilized? I have utilized only 60%. I have utilized only 80%. To know that, we will do the capacity utilization. I hope it is clear. So these are the different set of capacities which we have. We have installed capacity, we have normal capacity, we have actual capacity utilization as well. Now, this is what we will see under Cost Accounting Standard 2, capacity determination. When we were seeing Cost Accounting Standard 2, you will understand very clearly because we have practical problems there. So along with practical problems, we will be able to understand very much easily. Okay, ma'am. If it is there in Cost Accounting Standard 2, then why you are explaining us in heading number 18 in Form CRA 1? Because separately the questions are being tested from this. If it is tested, you should not write it as according to Cost Accounting Standard 2 capacity determination. This is how capacity will be determined. You should not write like that. You have to clearly state according to Form CRA 1, heading number 18, capacity determination. You have to write as this is the question which is being tested from Unit 2, not Unit 4. So to write that clearly, you have to understand that this is there in Form CRA 1. I hope it is clear. Okay. Normal capacity versus installed capacity. Now, practical output after some adjustments to installed capacity. Now, what is normal capacity? Nothing but installed capacity is 100% utilization. From this 100% utilization, what are the interruptions which we are eliminating, adjustments which we are making? holidays, shutdowns, ideal time, time lost in batch changes, time lost in maintenance and breakdown hours, loss in efficiency due to aging of equipment, whatever we call it as depreciation or obsolescence of machinery, next number of shifts. All these are nothing but interruptions or adjustments. After considering all these things from installed capacity, whatever we get is the practical output. That practical output as an average is our normal capacity. I hope it is clear. Okay. So far whatever we have discussed, heading number 18, capacity determination. Is that clear so far? Heading number 18, capacity determination. Is that clear so far? Any doubts with heading number 18, capacity determination? Guys, any doubts? Hamad, clear. Sham, clear. Ankita, yes, clear. Okay, now moving on to next. Heading number 24, related party transactions. Now this is also not so technical. Whatever you usually have in your DT, in DT you have international taxation, right? In international taxation, you usually come across related party transactions. So what does it mean by related party transactions and what is normal price when we calculate related party transactions? Now what is normal price? A price which is charged for a comparable and similar product in ordinary course of business. So the business is happening as a normal business and the same price which is being charged to comparable product or similar product, and the sale is not made to related party. The other person is not at all related to me, and sole consideration of the sale. Whatever the price which is being charged is the sole consideration, which means the entirely the price is on a monetary basis. It is based on money. No exchange is there, non-monetary consideration is not there, and the transaction is not clouded due to proximity, not made under any influence. Then whatever the price charged under these kind of transaction is called as normal price. See for example, Mandar. Mandar, is he related to me? The answer is no. I am selling my classes to Mandar for 8,000 rupees. For example, I'm selling my classes to Mother for 8,000 rupees. Now, what is my actual sale price of a class? Whether it is 8,000 rupees or whether it is 6,000 rupees or whether it is 10,000 rupees. Whatever I charge for all the students, the same price I am charging for Mandar as well, 8,000 rupees. So you can compare the prices which I am charging for Ankita with Mandar. The price which I am charging to Ankita, 8,000 rupees. The price which I am charging to Mandar, 8,000 rupees. Comparable. Is that similar product? Whatever classes I am selling to Ankita, the same classes I am selling it to Mandar as well. Similar product, comparable product, ordinary course of business. What is my business? To sell classes. Ordinary course of business. I'm doing some other business. Am I doing any other business? Am I a car reseller? Am I a car trading person? No. If I am a car trading person and if I am selling classes, that is not my business. But I am into this business and I am selling my classes. So it is an ordinary course of business. And sale is not made to a related party. Mandar is not related to me. He is not a related party. Sole consideration of sale. Whatever the price I am charging, 8,000 rupees. It is the sole consideration. Now, for example, if I am charging to Mandar 5,000 rupees, the balance 3,000 rupees, he has to give me some equipment. For example, I want, what we can take? I want a camera, which is a small camera, okay? And I want Mandar to purchase me a camera of 3,000 rupees. Now, don't ask me whether 3,000 rupees camera will be there in the market. It will be there in the Muna market, okay? If I am going to any local market, it will be there. Now, I am asking Mandar 3,000 rupees camera. Now, Mandar will pay me 5,000 rupees for my classes and 3,000 rupees separately he will give me camera. Now, here there is monetary consideration and non-monetary consideration as well. What is monetary consideration? 5,000 rupees. What is non-monetary consideration? Rest 3,000 rupees. That is also he is paying for classes only. So here price is not the sole consideration. Monetary as well as non-monetary is there. So it is not. If entirely 8,000 rupees he is charging, he is giving me, then it is sole consideration of sale. And it is not clouded due to proximity. Veera Lakshmi didn't come to me saying that you have to give classes to Mandar. She didn't force me to give classes to Mandar. I myself gave my classes to Mandar because Mandar asked for it. And due to any influence, I haven't committed this. I hope it is clear. So whatever the transaction should happen, it should satisfy all these conditions. Then whatever the price which is being charged will be the normal price. I hope it is clear. And how to determine this normal price? Normal price will be determined on the basis of 5 methods. You can calculate normal price based on CUP method, comparable uncontrollable price method, resale price method, cost plus method, profit split method, and transactional net margin method. So this is nothing but arm's length price which you calculate in your DT. The same thing is called as here. Whatever you call there as arm's length price, the same thing we are calling in costing as normal price. I hope it is clear. Disclosure of transactions with related parties that annex to cost audit report is to be made for. If, for example, any kind of related party transactions are being made, then what kind of a report has to be given in cost audit report? What kind of information has to be given? For each related party, for the year as a whole, information has to be given. For each product or service which is being sold to related party, for that also information has to be given. Regarding related party, information should be given. Related to products or services also, information should be given. So this is being tested as MCQ. I hope it is clear. So these are the 2 headings which are being frequently tested from Form CRA1, maintenance of cost records. Entire maintenance of cost records is classified into 31 headings. I hope it is clear so far. Is Form CRA1 clear? Any doubts with Form CRA1? Any doubts with Form CRA1? Guys, any doubts with Form CRA1? Is it clear so far? No doubts? Clear. Okay, done. Now we are moving on to Form CRA2. Yes, clear. Now we are moving on to Form CRA2. What is Form CRA2? In pursuant to Section 148 subsection 3. What is 148 subsection 3? Appointment of Post Auditor of Companies Act 2013 and Rule 6 Sub Rule 2 and 6 Sub Rule 3A of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. After considering all these things, what is Form CRA2 heading? It is a form of intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. This is the heading of Form CRA2. You have to definitely write it. Okay? Intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. What all will be there in this form? Firstly, what is the form language? Whether it is English or Hindi. Then, if it is a revised CRA2, then all the details have to be filled afresh. Then when we will go for revised CRA2, if for example a cost auditor was appointed and the cost auditor was removed from office or resigned from office or death happened, whatever happened, casual vacancy happened, and after that new cost auditor is being appointed, then revised CRA2 should be filed. So they have to clearly give the intimation whether it is original CRA2 or revised CRA2. Then corporate identity number. If it is domestic company. Foreign company registration number if it is foreign company. I hope it is clear. Then global location number of a company should be given. What does it mean by global location number? It is a 13-digit unique identification number which is assigned to the entity to identify the physical location and legal entity of that particular company. Now there are many bogus companies, there are shell companies which are being there. Now not to be like that. If for example a cost auditor is being appointed, then that appointment is being done for an original company to have that. A location of the company, to identify that location, a 13-digit unique identification number will be given, which is global location number. I hope it is clear. Then corporate identity number, foreign company registration number and global location number will be given. Then name of a company, address of registered office, email ID, phone, nature of intimation of appointment of cost auditor. Whether it is original appointment, whether it is reappointment or whether it is a new appointment regarding that. Then product or services to which cost audit relates. Now related to regulated sector. In regulated sector, how many products and what all products? List. Industry sector, product or services. If you see the regulated sectors table, we have industries like telecommunication services, electricity services, sugar and industrial under this table. Then beside that we have what? CTA heading, Customs Tariff Act heading. So Customs Tariff Act heading and number of tariff items of producer. How many items are there? Similarly, for non-regulated sectors, what are the products which are covered under regulated sectors? Products which are covered under non-regulated sectors. Then details of cost auditor. Name of cost auditors, category, whether they are individual, partnership firm, limited liability partnership. Then membership number. Name of cost auditor representing the cost auditor's firm or limited liability partnership. See, here a firm or LLP can be appointed as a cost auditor. Right? Now, in this firm or LLP, majority of partners or members should be CMAs. Majority of partners or members should be CMAs. And only CMAs who are there will have the authority to act and sign on behalf of LLP or firm. Which means non-CMAs whoever are there, they will not come into any of the work which is there for cost auditor. They will not involve into company matters itself. Who all CMAs are there, only they will have the authority to act and sign on behalf of company. They can only do the work related to company. Non-CMAs cannot work. Okay. Now, under the CMAs also, one CMA has to be selected. Who will be the head? Nothing but the team leader. Now, who is that one cost auditor or member who represents the entire firm or LLP to act and sign on behalf of firm and LLP? Their name should be given here. Then if it is a firm, registration number, name of cost auditors who are there in the firm or limited liability partnership. Who all are members are there, in which who all cost auditors. Then address, city, state, country, pin code, email ID of firm or members. Date of board meeting in which the cost auditor was appointed. Type of appointment, whether it is original, appointment due to casual vacancy or appointment for new products or services. Then scope of audit, what all work will be done. Financial year, from to. Is there any change in the cost auditor appointed from the previous year? Whether you are reappointing, which means the same cost auditor is being appointed again, because here we doesn't have any kind of cooling period for cost auditor. Usually, if you see in law, you will study that auditors has to be appointed for 5 years, and then there will be 5 years cooling period. Then for a firm, 2 consecutive terms can be appointed. Like that, cooling period is not there for cost auditor. Cost auditor can be appointed any number of times. And immediately also they can be appointed. I hope it is clear. So if the same cost auditor who was there in the previous financial year, if the same one is being repeated again, yes or no. Then declaration should be given. I am authorized by the board of directors of the company through a resolution number dated on this to sign this form and declare that all the requirements of the Companies Act 2013 and the rules made thereunder in respect of subject matter in this form, all the matters have been complied with. I also declare that all the information given here above is true and correct. So declaration should be given by the cost auditor. Then digitally signed. By who? What is the designation? Director identification number if it is being signed by a director. If it is being signed by manager, CEO or CFO, then it should be given as what is their PAN number. I hope it is clear. So form CRA2 can be signed by whom? Form CRA2 should be signed either by a director, either by CEO, CFO, manager or any other authorized representative of board or a membership number of company secretary. I hope it is clear. Who all can sign form CRA2? This was the MCQ which was given in previous attempt, December 2025 MCQ. Who can sign form CRA2? Director, manager, CEO, CFO, any authorized representative of board or company secretary. These 6 people can sign form CRA2. I hope it is clear. So this is form CRA2. If you see whatever we have seen, the same things will be there here as well. Corporate identity number, foreign company registration number, global location number, general information, then regulated sectors and non-regulated sectors, details of cost auditor, financial year, details of previous cost auditor who has been appointed, and attachments. Board's resolution should be given as an attachment, and if there is any other attachments applicable. I hope it is clear. So this is form CRA2. Form of intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. Is form CRA2 clear? Form CRA2 clear? Any doubts with form CRA2? Any doubts with form CRA2? Clear. Okay, done. Now, moving on to form CRA3, cost audit report. Right, form CRA3, cost audit report. Form CRA3, cost audit report. Pursuant to which rule? Rule 6, sub rule 4 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, form of the cost audit report. Now, in this cost audit report, first all declaration will be there. What declaration? I or we. Individual means I. Firm or LLP means we. Name. Having been appointed as a cost auditor under 148 subsection 3 of Companies Act 2013. Mention the name of a company. Having its registered office at place of registered office. Hereinafter referred to as a company. Have audited the cost records maintained under section 148 in compliance with cost auditing standards in respect of what are the products or services for which you have done the cost audit. Then what are your observations or suggestions which are given under parent 2. All the observations, suggestions will be given here. What observations? Firstly, I or we have or have not obtained all the information and explanation which has, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of audit. According to our knowledge, these are the required information for going for audit, whether that information was given by company or not. First point. Second point. In my or our opinion, proper cost records have or have not been maintained by the company in respect to products or services, whether they have maintained cost records or not. Then, in my or our opinion, proper returns adequate for the purpose of cost audit have or have not received from the branches which are not visited. There are branches as well. Branches accounts also have to be audited. Now, whether that returns have been received or not. In my or our opinion, best of my or our information, the said books and records give or give not required information by Companies Act 2013. Whatever provisions which are there, whether all the provisions complied or not. In my or our opinion, the company does not have adequate system of internal audit of cost records, whether they have done internal audit or not. In my or our opinion, information, statements in the annexure to this cost audit report give or does not give true and fair view, whether all the records are giving true and fair view or not. Then detailed unit-wise, product service-wise, cost statements and schedules in respect of products or services under reference of the company, duly audited, certified by me, which are not kept in the company. Whatever the products, services, whatever the statements are there, whether they have been kept with the company or not, whether they are maintaining that or not. All this information will be given in the cost audit report. Then their observations will be given, signature or seal will be there. After that, see this. If as a result of examination of books of accounts, the cost audit decides to point out any material deficiency, regarding any material deficiency, nothing but any material thing which was left out, then or give a qualified report, when the auditor will give a qualified report, when the entire records are not proper, the records are not giving true and fair view. For example, cost accounting standards have not been complied with, generally accepted cost accounting principles have not been complied with, or when you are using cost accounting standards or depreciation pattern, it is not being followed consistently. In first year you have followed straight line method, in second year diminishing balance method, in third year different method, so consistency is not there. All these things will give a qualified report, which means this report states that cost records are not proper. Then, if a cost auditor wants to give about any kind of material deficiency or a qualified report, he or she shall indicate the same against the relevant para 1 to 6 in the prescribed form of cost audit report, giving details about that such. I hope it is clear. So if they want to give about any material discrepancies or deficiencies or about qualified report, they can state that facts in point number 1 to point number 7. Clear? The report, suggestion, observation and conclusion given by the cost auditor under this paragraph shall be based on verified data. Whatever the opinion which is being given by the cost auditor should be given on a verified data. Nothing but proof should be there. Along with that proof, cost audit report should be given, and the proof should be attached to the cost audit report. Clear so far? Now, everything will be given as an first page, all these declarations will be given. Now, moving on to next, annexures to the cost audit report. In annexures, entire annexures of cost audit report is categorized into 4 parts. Part A talks about general information of a company. Okay, what is corporate identity number, name of a company, address, email address, date of beginning of reporting, date of financial year ending, date of previous financial year, date of ending of previous financial year, reporting currency of an entity, whether cost audit report have any qualifications, regarding all that it will be given. Next, general details of cost auditor. Cost auditor's name, if it is a firm, what is firm, registration number, where is that located, address, email ID, all that information will be given here. Then, cost accounting policy. If company has any kind of cost accounting policy, regarding that it will be given. So, part A talks about general details. General details of company, general details of cost auditor, general details about the cost accounting policy of company. General information will be there in part A. Clear so far? Now, moving on to part B, about the product and services also. Then part B. Part B is related to manufacturing sector of a company. Okay. Now, in the manufacturing sector, what will be the quantitative information? What is the available capacity? What is actual production? How much is the finished goods? How much is the stock? How much is the actual sales? All will be given under quantitative information. Then abridged cost statements will be given. Then after that, details of materials consumed, details of utilities consumed, detail of industry specific operating expenses. All these details will be given in a scheduled wise. I hope it is clear. This will be given under part B. Part B will be there for manufacturing sector. Similarly, part C will be there for service sector. Same thing, service sector quantitative information, then service sector abridged cost statements, then service sector details of materials consumed, details of utilities consumed, details of industry specific operating expenses. Part A, general information. Part B, manufacturing sector. Part C, service sector. And part D. Part D is about other statements. Now, what all statements will be there in part D? product and service profitability statement. So firstly, profitability statement will be there. And second, profit reconciliation statement. Third, value addition and distribution of earnings statement. Fourth, financial position and ratio analysis statement. And fifth, related party transaction statement. So all the statements will be there in part D. I hope it is clear. So all this is nothing but our then reconciliation of indirect taxes statement. Statements will be there. So 4 parts, entire form is completed. Firstly, declaration will be there. When the start of form CRA3, declarations will be there. Then annexures will start. In annexures, how many parts? 4 parts. Part A, general information. Part B, manufacturing sector. Part C, service sector. Part D, about other statements. Then after completion, at the end, cost auditor signature, company secretary or director signature, or any one of the director signature. 3 will sign. There is an end of cost audit report. I hope it is clear. So this is the entire cost audit report. Cost audit report, 4 parts. Part A, general information of a company, general information of a cost auditor, cost accounting policy, and regarding products and service details. Then part B and part C, for manufacturing and for service. First, quantitative information will be there, abridged cost statements, details of materials consumed, details of utilities consumed, and details of industry specific operating expenses. Then part D, other details and statements. Product or service profitability statement. First profitability statement. Second, profit reconciliation statement. Third, value addition and distribution of earnings. Fourth, financial position and ratio analysis. And fifth, related party transactions. All the statements will be there in part D. In our syllabus, what is mostly important? Para 2 and Para 3 and Para 4. Profit reconciliation, value addition and distribution of earnings, financial position and ratio analysis. For all these 3, we have practical problems. Clear so far? So this is form CRA3 cost audit report. This is how the entire cost audit report will be there. Is that clear? Any doubts with form CRA3? Any doubts with form CRA3? Is that clear? Clear so far form CRA3? Ankita, Veeralakshmi, Mandar, Ahmad, Raghava, Shyam. Clear? Clear. Ahmad is clear. What about others? Is everything clear? Perfect. Now, form CRA4. What is form CRA4? Company filing cost audit report to central government. Oh, clear. Now, form CRA4 is company will file the cost audit report to central government. Same form CRA2 and form CRA4 will be similar. Now, form CRA4, pursuant to 148 subsection 6, Rule 6 Sub-Rule 6 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. Form of filing cost audit report with central government. English or Hindi language. Then corporate identity number, foreign company registration number, global location number. Then name of a company, address of registered office, email ID. This is important. SRM of 23C or CRA2 filed for the appointment of cost auditor. Now, in form CRA2, you have to give the link with form CRA2. In form CRA2, you would have given the details regarding cost auditor appointment. Now, what is that form? Now, for that form, whatever the application which you have filed, that application number is called as SR, Service Request Number. That service number of 23C or form CRA2 which you have filed, that whatever the filing number which will be there, that number you have to give. Why? Just for reference. Okay, Form CRA2, this cost auditor was appointed, and whatever the report which was submitted by that auditor is being filed in Form CRA4 to give that connection. I hope it is clear. Then financial year from and to, whether any change in financial year, date of board of directors, who has approved the report, then regulated, non-regulated sector, products related to regulator, products related to non-regulated, everything we give. Then details of cost auditor, how many cost auditors are there, category, whether they're individual, firm or limited liability partnership, membership number, name of cost auditors representing the firm or LLP, then firm registration number, name of all the cost auditors, their address, city, state, country, pin code, email ID, date of board meeting in which the cost auditor was appointed, type of appointment, original appointment by casual vacancy or because of new products. Then whether the cost auditor report has been qualified, any qualifications are there, any reservations are there, any adverse remarks are there, any observations or suggestions, yes or no. Now if these are there, then what attachments have to be given? So for that purpose, it is there. If there is any reservation, attachment. If there is any qualification, attachment. Adverse remark, attachment. Observations, opinion, attachment. I hope it is clear. Now whatever, it is there. First, a report should be given in XBRL format, attach it. Any other optional attachments. If these are there, then give it as attachment. Clear? Then, to the best of my knowledge or belief, the information given in this form and its attachments is correct. I have been authorized by the board of directors through board's resolution number dated on this. Then cost auditor is giving declaration that the entire cost audit report is true. It should be digitally signed by director, manager, CEO, CFO, secretary of a company. Designation, what is there? Who are signing it? It can be signed by a director, manager, CEO, CFO, or any other person authorized by board or company secretary. I hope it is clear. So this is Form CRA4. I hope it is clear. So the same thing will be there here as well. So these are the 4 forms which we have. Form CRA1, maintenance of cost records. Form CRA2, intimation of appointment of cost auditor by company to central government. Form CRA3, cost audit report. Form CRA4, filing of cost audit report to central government. I hope it is clear. So these are the 4 forms and 6 rules which we have in Unit 2, Companies, Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. So our entire Unit 2 is completed. Clear so far? Sure, clear. Okay, done. So there is just a small thing which was given in the supplementary of December 2025 examinations. Now, in the supplementary, a small amendment or an addendum has been given. Addendum, nothing but a small addition was given. Now, what is that addition? In Form CRA2, whatever we have seen, all that information will be given in Form CRA2. Along with that, if the company is going into any kind of amalgamation, then what is the definition? Amalgamation is nothing but merging of one or more companies into another existing company or merging of 2 or more companies to form a new company. That is called as amalgamation, right? Now there will be 2 companies. One is transferor company and the other is transferee company. Transferor company gets merged and ceases to exist, whereas transferee company absorbs the others and newly forms. So these are the 2 companies which we have. Now, what will be the effective date? When certified NCLT order is filed with ROC for amalgamation, that will be the effective date. In CRA2, what details have to be given? CIN, corporate identity number, and name of the amalgamating company. How it is being converted, that converting company name has to be given. And SRN of original CRA2 for the cost auditor for current financial year. So first CRA2 will be formed. in between the financial year, if any kind of amalgamation is being happened, then again form CRA2 has to be filed. And in that form CRA2, SRN number of original CRA2 should be given. So this is a small amendment which has been brought. I hope it is clear. Then implications, it is imperative that amalgamating company appoints a cost auditor for current financial year before effective date of amalgamation. Now CRA2 provides for SRN of original CRA2. From the effective date, amalgamating company loses its identity or existence. I hope it is clear. So just a small addendum that in form CRA2, amalgamating company details have to be given. I hope it is clear. Similarly for demerger as well, involves splitting of company into 2 or more undertakings. Then in form CRA2, CIN and name of demerged company should be given, and SRN of original CRA2 filed for the cost auditor appointment. New form CRA2 should be filed. In case of amalgamation, in case of demerger, new form has to be filed. So this was brought as an addendum. Okay. Then casual vacancy, if it is because of death, when it will get effective? From the date of death, it is casual vacancy. Resignation, immediate effect will be there. Removal, whatever the board's resolution, whenever the board meeting was conducted, that day onwards, there is a casual vacancy. I hope it is clear. If there is any kind of additions of new products or services also, new form CRA2 should be filed. Okay. So form CRA2 newly should be filed in case of casual vacancy. And also if there is any new products or services are being bought, additional products are being bought. Initially CRA2 is filed and again CRA2 is filed due to addition of new products or services. Form CRA2 is company specific and not product specific. Whenever the form CRA2 is being filed, it will be filed for the whole company, not for a single product. In this whole company form CRA2, single product information will be given. I hope it is clear. Okay. Consent and certificate of cost auditor now explicitly required in form CRA2. Written consent of cost auditor and certificate. That is, beforely it was not a mandatory compliance. It was just a compliance which should be taken by the company. Company have to obtain a consent letter and a certificate. It was not mandatory. But now it was brought as a mandatory compliance. Whenever a cost auditor is being appointed, company has to mandatorily receive and cost auditor has to mandatorily submit consent letter and certificate. Mandatory provision was brought. So this is also an addendum. I hope it is clear. Then extension of AGM, I've already told you. If there is AGM extension, from that day onwards, we'll calculate the timeline. Now, CRA4 now requires whether the cost auditor is acting as a lead auditor when there is multiple auditors. As I've told you, in case of firm and LLP, if there are multiple auditors who are there, multiple members, all the members will be there. In that member, who is the team leader or who is the lead auditor, their name should be given under form CRA4. Then, cost audit spans from raw material input to finished goods dispatch. All kinds of observations or suggestions have to be given. And digitally signed by managing director is added as a signatory for form CRA4 but not added in form CRA2. So, managing director can give a signature in form CRA2 and form CRA4. It was added. I hope it is clear. So just remember whatever we have discussed, it's enough. I hope it is clear so far. So this is about entire unit 2, companies cost records and audit rules 2014. There is an amendment, nothing but addendum, but it is simple one. It is not so complicated which you will not be able to understand itself. Our entire provision is changed. No, small thing was added. I hope it is clear. Okay. Now, quickly, our entire unit 2 company CRA rules is completed. Quickly, what we'll do, we'll see the questions of unit 2. Okay. We'll see the theory questions, and in tomorrow's class, we'll go for practical questions. Okay. Now, be quick with the chat box. I want everyone to quickly give me the answer because you are going to give me the answer. I'm not. Okay. Question number 8, concept number 3 and 4, tested in December 2017 attempt. What are books of accounts? Do cost records become part of books of accounts? Cost records, books of accounts. Are books of accounts part of cost records? Yes or no? Give me the answer. And where did we come across these books of accounts? Where did we come across cost records? Give me simple answer. Do cost records become part of books of accounts? Yes or no? Quick answer please. Just give me yes or no. Do cost records become part of books of accounts? Yes or no? Cost records includes books of accounts. Yes. Yes. Cost records doesn't include books of accounts. Books of accounts include cost records. In books of accounts, all information will be there. In that, cost records will be there. Okay, in books of accounts, all kind of information will be there. In that also, cost records information will be there. Books of accounts are part of, cost records are part of books of accounts. Yes. Where did we come across that? In the definitions. What is cost records? Cost records definition we have seen. Cost records definition is nothing but it is books of accounts. These are books of accounts relating to utilization of material, labor and other costs relating to production of goods or providing of services. So this is the definition which we have seen as cost records. Same thing has been asked in a question. What does it mean by books of accounts? So you'll write books of accounts include records relating to money transactions, receipt expenditure, sales purchases, assets liabilities, all kinds of information will be there in books of accounts. In that, cost records information will also be there. And regarding cost records refer to books of accounts related to material, labor and other cost components as applicable to section 148. So you'll write that. I hope it is clear. So this is about books of accounts. Now, is maintenance of cost accounting records mandatory for a multi-product company where all the products are not covered under the rules? Even if the turnover of individual products which are covered under rules is less than rupees 35 crores. Give me the answer for this question. I am repeating the question again. What is the question? Is the maintaining of cost accounting records mandatory? They are asking about cost accounting records mandatory. Whether it is mandatory for a multi-product company where all the products are not covered under the rules. It's not required for us. There can be table A products, table B products and other products as well. Now, even if the turnover of individual products and services which are covered under the rules is less than rupees 35 crores, do the cost records have to be maintained or not? Answer yes or no. For a multi-product company where all products are not covered in the rules and individual products turnover is less than 35 crores, whether cost records have to be maintained or not. Ankita says not mandatory. I am repeating the question again. Cost records mandatory maintenance for a multi-product company where products are not covered, all the products are not covered under the rules. Individual products turnover is less than 35 crores. Cost records should be maintained or not. Read the question once or twice and give me the answer. Whether the cost records should be maintained, yes or no. Raghava, yes ma'am, because total turnover exceeds 34 crores. Veeralakshmi says no, not required. Raghava says okay, that's total turnover 35 crores. There is an overall limit for all products and services. So yes. Ahmad, you're right. Raghava, you're right. So here in the question, they didn't give us about overall products turnover. If its products are not listed, then not required. Here they haven't told that all the products are not covered. Here they have not told that all the products are not covered. They have told that all the products are not covered, which means few products are covered. All the products are not covered under the rules, which means few of the products are covered under the rules. Few products are there according to regulated sectors, few products are there according to non-regulated sectors, and few are there other products are there. I hope it is clear. And here in this they have clearly given that individual products turnover is less than 35 crores. Now here we are looking for cost accounting records maintenance, which is rule 3. In rule 3, they have clearly told us that overall turnover should be more than or equal to 35 crores. There isn't any specific categorization about individual products coming to rule 3. So here they haven't told us about overall turnover. So we are assuming that overall turnover exceeds 35 crores. So cost records have to be maintained. Audit is not required, but maintenance of cost records is required. Yes, absolutely right. Cost records have to be maintained. I hope it is clear. The company cost records and audit rules 2014 apply at a company level, not at an individual product level. Cost records maintenance apply to a company level, overall turnover, not for products. There is no minimum product specific threshold limit for maintaining cost records. If a company has any product covered under Table A or Table B, it must maintain cost records even if the turnover of such products, individual products turnover is less than 35 crores. Even if individual products turnover is less than 35 crores, if overall turnover is more than 35 crores, cost records have to be maintained. I hope it is clear. So this is question number 1. I hope the question number 1 is clear. Okay. Now moving on to question number 2. Question number 9. This was tested in December 2019 attempt. Healthcare Equipment Limited is engaged mainly in production of cardiac stents, catheters, pacemakers, intraocular lenses. State below whether maintenance of cost records is applicable. They are asking about cost records maintenance. Rule 3. Okay. Now here we have come across cardiac stents, catheters, pacemakers, intraocular lenses. Now whether these are in regulated sectors or in non-regulated sectors. My first question. Cardiac stents, catheters, pacemakers, intraocular lenses. Whether these are from regulated sectors or non-regulated sectors. Whether these industries, sector, product or services, whether these are from regulated sectors or from non-regulated sectors. Non-regulated sectors. Yes, absolutely. If you see non-regulated sectors, our last point number 33, we have seen about medical devices, and in that medical devices, all these are coming. Cardiac stents, catheters, pacemakers, intraocular lenses, all these are medical devices. I hope it is clear. Now, this is non-regulated sector. What are they asking about? Rule 3. Now, if they are asking about rule 3, do we have any bifurcation for regulated and non-regulated? The answer is no. Everything is same. Now, first question. A foreign company having a registered office at Mumbai, cost records should be maintained or not? A foreign company having a registered office at Mumbai, cost records, maintenance, yes or no? Give me yes or no in the comments. Foreign company having a registered office at Mumbai, cost records should be maintained or not? Yes or no? Be quick. Please be quick. Only then we'll be able to complete it. Foreign company having a registered office at Mumbai, cost records maintenance, yes or no? I'm waiting for your answer. No, it's just a liaison office. Who told you that it's a liaison office? Foreign company is having a registered office. Registered office means the business is happening there. Registered office, it's not a liaison office. If it's a liaison office, they'll clearly mention it as a liaison office. Here they have told us about the registered office. Yes, ma'am, but turnover limit shall also be checked, ma'am. Yes, absolutely, but turnover limit is not given, so we can take an assumption. We can take an assumption for turnover limit. So, foreign company having a registered office at Mumbai, the answer is yes, cost records have to be maintained because it is a registered office. Within India, if we see rule 3, domestic company or a foreign company, regulated sectors, non-regulated sectors, overall turnover should be more than or equal to 35 crores. So here it is a foreign company, so answer is yes. वैष्णवी PDF किधर मिलेगा मैम? अगर आप फास्ट ट्रैक क्लासेस लिए हुए हो तो कंटेंट सेक्शन में PDF अपलोड होगा और जल्दी ही आपको हार्ड कॉपी मटेरियल्स भी मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है वैष्णवी, फ्री सोर्स नहीं है, आपको क्लासेस परचेस करना है. अगर आप क्लासेस खरीदे हो तो आपको PDF मिल जाएगा फॉर रिविजन पर्पसेस एंड हार्ड कॉपी भी मिल जाएगा. I hope it's clear, Vaishnavi. Then, company classified as micro enterprise. Do they have to maintain cost records? Yes or no? Micro enterprise. Yes or no? Ankita, no. If it's a micro enterprise, they need not maintain cost records. Ahmad, yes, absolutely right. It comes under exception. For rule 3, we have two exceptions. One is of a foreign company having a liaison office, and second is if a company is coming in a micro enterprise or small enterprise. Right. Now, third one, foreign company having only a liaison office at Delhi and Mumbai. Yes or no? Foreign company having only a liaison office at Delhi and Mumbai. Ankita says yes. For what you are saying yes? A foreign company having only a liaison office at Delhi and Mumbai. The answer is not required. Hamad, no. Yes, absolutely right. If it is only having a liaison office, then cost records need not be maintained. This is also an exception. A domestic company whose average turnover 40 crores for last 2 years has dropped down to 24 crores in the current year. Remove this particular thing here. For last 2 years, the turnover was 40 crores. For current year, it's 24 crores. Current year, do cost records have to be maintained or not? Which means the immediate preceding financial year was 18 and 19, and in that year 24 crores was there. Previously it was 40 crores. Current year, cost records should be maintained, yes or no? For current year, cost records should be maintained or no? Raghava, required to be maintained. Yes, once it is applicable, it will become applicable for coming years as well. It's once applicable, always applicable. Yes, absolutely right. You all are giving answers correctly, which means you have understood the concept. Well done, well done, well done. I appreciate you all. You've understood the concepts very clearly, which I'm proud of. So, the answer is yes, absolutely. If once the cost records and cost audit becomes applicable, it will become applicable for subsequent years as well. So, now, how to present these answers? Provision, conclusion. Given everything is not required. Provision is important, conclusion is important. Firstly, either what you can do. You can write commonly first stating which Health Equipment Limited engaged in cardiac stents, catheters, pacemakers and intraocular lenses. These all are covered under non-regulated sectors. And we are going to do the analysis regarding cost records. Cost records are given under Rule 3 of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014. So you will write the introduction for the entire question. And then what you can do? You can split your answer into 4 parts as is given in the question. You'll split entirely into 4 parts. For first question, you'll write provision. If you want, you can write analysis, and then you can write conclusion. In conclusion, just you can write, yes, cost records have to be maintained. A foreign company having registered office at Mumbai. Yes, cost records have to be maintained. No, cost records need not be maintained. You can write it as a conclusion. Next, second, you'll write provision, analysis, conclusion. Then third, you'll write provision, analysis, conclusion. Then fourth, you'll write provision, analysis, conclusion. Ma'am, we doesn't want like this. What you can do, you can write the introduction of the question. You can take the provision. In the provision itself, you can divide the provision into 4 categories. So I'll write 4 provisions. Then you will write analysis. Analysis, you can write single analysis. Okay, single analysis you'll write. Conclusion, you'll again divide it into 4. Okay, 4 conclusions, 4 provisions, whereas analysis, same analysis. Nothing but 4 points you'll write. I hope it is clear. Presentation is very, very important. Don't just, without introduction, without provision, don't just directly skip and write it as yes, foreign company, registered office, maintain cost records, micro enterprises, exception, not needed cost records. Don't write like this. 7 marks will not at all be given to you. You have to give it along with the presentation. Give a heading as provision. Write the provision. Whenever you're starting a provision, according to Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, or as per the provisions of Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, write it clearly and then start it. According to Rule 3, Rule 3 is applicability of cost records. These are the provisions. You have to write properly. I hope it is clear. Will you write along with the presentation? Ma'am, how the sentence formation should be there? Simple sentence formation is more than enough. Whatever we have studied according to our capsule notes. If you are writing the terminology or the wordings which I have used in capsule, more than enough. That's enough. Or if you want, ma'am, I want to be more perfect with my presentation. I want to be more perfect with my English. Go for concept book. If you want perfection of answer writing and sentence formation, study from concept book. Ma'am, if I understand the terminology, if I understand the wordings, I can frame my own sentence. Go for capsule notes. I hope it is clear. So far, everything clear. Question number 8 and 9 clear so far. Now, I am very well confident that all the questions you'll be able to do it. But yes, as our time is completed, we'll close the session for today. And in next class, we will continue with the theory questions first. We'll complete the theory questions and then we will see the value addition introduction. We'll see the profit reconciliation introduction and then we'll see the practical questions in tomorrow's class. Okay? Raghava, yes. Ahmad, yes. Mandar, yes. Okay. Absolutely right. Okay, done. Now, so yes, in tomorrow's class, we'll continue with the theory questions and practical questions. Conceptually, our unit 2 is completed. So you are ready to give a quick revision. So before coming to tomorrow's class, give a quick revision of all the topics point wise. Give the quick revision and come for tomorrow's class, because in tomorrow's class, I am only going to ask the questions. You are the one going to give the answers. I hope it is clear. Okay, so we'll see you guys in the next class. Till then, keep learning. Bye. Bye bye. Mandar, what would be the approx time to dispatch of hard copies? Hard copies have already been dispatched. For Cmad, hard copies have already been dispatched. So from now, keep the approximate time of 1 week, 4 to 5 days. You'll get your books. Okay. So that's it. If you have any more queries, you can contact our team. Bye bye.